community wake up with news you can use.
Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right now. Break it down, put it in your lifestyle.
Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, move you can follow. Traffic in the winter, weather popping out the school, from the block to the boardroom, keep you in the loop.
Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right now. Break it down, put it in your lifestyle.
From the porch to the car, hustle, keep it light, keep it real. The hometown muscle, turn it, let the whole know. You rockin' community wake up morning show.
Good morning and welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Good morning. I am Charles and
I'm Damali.
We are here to deliver the news that you can use, culture, conversation that moves community forward every single morning.
So today our theme is Healing Generations. We will be providing listeners with valuable information about our theme and what it means to community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community.
Yep. And the vision is a stronger, smarter, more engaged community. Damali, how are you feeling? Let me tell y'all something right quick right now. We're live on NYCU.FM. So if you're rolling in your car like I was rolling this morning, I was jamming too. I was
not doing a wop.
Hey, boom, boom, boom. So when you're in your car, just go to your phone, go to Google and put in NYCU.FM. You're going to see the site say come up and a play button, hit play. And we're going to be in your ears all day, every day. It don't matter if you're in New York, California, Africa, Japan. It don't matter where you are. Right. We live 24/7. And when the time comes, when breaking news occurs, you always going to know what's going on live right here in Greenwood. We also live on KBOB 89.9 FM locally with Uncle Bobby B over there where we get to tell our story our way. Shout out to Uncle Bobby and also The Juice. I'm going to tell you that right now on Hump Day. The Juice is a youth program that we have for high schoolers. So if you're a youth that's sitting at home that need to get up off that couch and find something to do, they too can be in the media space because Black media, right now, we need more representation. So let's start raising up them young kids so they can do better. So send them out to welcome to the Juice. They'll go to DC, Memphis, LA, maybe to Africa and all over the place. I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal program. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use, but y'all got the best seat in the house. You're live in studio with us right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street on Greenwood where the blueprint came out first. Damali?
Yep.
What's up? What's happening? It's Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. And listen, y'all, we started out at 47 degrees. We're getting up to 72 degrees today. It is currently 52. Listen, the short sleeves is out.
I'm going to call it a day of vitamin D. If your vitamin D been down, if your energy bar's been low, today is the day to get outside. Do not be inside. You know how when they say we outside?
Right.
Today is your day to be outside. Tell your boss, excuse me, I'm putting my desk in the parking lot with some shades on and I'm going to work from outside.
I'm working remotely.
Vitamin D remotely outside right in the parking lot. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all get out today because I can tell you something. You can be inside and feeling kind of crazy.
Man.
But go outside. Take a deep breath. Let that wind hit you. Let that sun hit your skin. Get into that melanin.
Right.
And it give you that energy. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that it's like your phone needs to be recharged.
Yes.
That sun is like that charger that you need. So get outside today. Do your shopping. It's almost springtime. Get out in that garden and all that fun stuff. Damali, I am extremely excited today about the show. So you're probably going to have to do something to calm me down. But if you don't, I'm going all the way up.
Right. Here we go. So today, before we get started, we want to send out prayers to the family, friends, and fans of the Minnesota Vikings. One of their wide receivers, Rondale Moore, died at the age of 25 on Saturday. He actually was found in his garage unalive, and they believe it was because of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We know that he has been suffering from multiple injuries recently, and most recently, he had a season-ending knee injury. But at 25, you don't have a lot of tools in your toolbox. So we want to send out prayers to the entire Minnesota Viking community, as well as his family and friends, because that's very unfortunate to have that type of talent and be the young man that he was, to not be with us right now. So
You know what? Hopefully he has mom. So first I'm gonna say, Mom, I'm so sorry.
yes.
And if dad is their dad, I'm so sorry. And siblings,
Yes.
I am so sorry. And of
Yeah.
course, aunties, uncles, cousins, community, grandma, grandpa, first cousins, second cousins, teammates, coaches. It is just extremely devastating. When I saw this yesterday, it just kind of knocked me out. And now you see why Damali and I do the affirmation. Now you see why we talk about generational and things that's going on. Now you see why we're trying to address mental health. You see why we covering these topics now, because we've been saying it's just this first month that we've been on the live, that right now something is going on where our young people are throwing in the towel before their life even gets started. And us as the seasoned veterans got to find a way to reach them, to talk to them, to let them know, look, bro, you just not getting started. All right, young lady, you just getting started. I know it feels like what's going on in your world at the moment is all that's going on, but that is not a case. That is only chapter 1 in your book. You got 19, 20 more chapters to go. So you can't throw in the book because you don't really know the story yet. You're just not in the introductory stage. So that just hurt me because, man, that's another young man that had a bright future, that was a talent and a gift to this world. And Damali, I'm gonna tell you how I look at it.
What's that?
Whenever I see this happens where somebody unalive themselves, that's the worst. But then when somebody takes somebody else, is bad, because I don't even look at it like a person. When this happens, I look at it like a whole generation. I think about how many kids and kids and stuff that was going on. And the only person wants something like that to happen to you is the enemy. So I don't look at this as like a young man. I look at this like my great grandpa that had my great grandma that celebrated 50 years of marriage, and there was 1 million of us running around. So we got to find a different way to look at it so we don't take life for granted. So this knocked me out, Damali. So prayers for the Minnesota Viking. I already shout out to his family. And here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on Greenwood, of course, man, we love all the way around, local, national, and international.
Yes. So this is week 4, day 18.
Yeah.
We 18 days in, y'all. Ain't that crazy? It just seems like we just started yesterday, but we are absolutely 18 days in of the morning show, and it's been a phenomenal ride. A phenomenal ride. So I want to remind you guys about something, and I don't even know that we even have mentioned this, but we've been getting a bunch of phone calls.
A lot of
so I just want to just talk about the elephant in the room right out the gate. Okay. There is going to be a concert here at the 36th Street North Event Center, home of Black Wall Street, right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, tonight. It's happening tonight at 7 o'clock. Okay. Tulsa, and I'm just going to read this just little snippet. It says, Tulsa, ready for a night of soulful fun and vintage glamour? Indulge in a sophisticated evening where Harlem Renaissance meets modern vibes with sensational music and comedy of acute inflections. As seen on HBO and Amazon, this NYC, New York City, based jazzy R&B duo brings timeless soul and modern charm to life. Erykah Badu and Billie Holiday fans will adore their fresh sound. They're actually going to be here at the 36th Street North Event Center tonight. And listen, the tickets are almost sold out. And people have been calling us saying, hey, can y'all hook us up on the tickets? No, we can't.
We don't have a hooker now. Let me tell you this now. So the VIP tickets are gone. The early bird tickets are gone. We posted this. So let's just say do this. Follow the 36th Street North Event Center Facebook page. Or you can go to the website, because anytime we have any event, we post those things early. Also, if you follow my personal page, which is Charles Lamont, or Damali's page, Damali Wilson, anything that we have, and we always post and share. Now, here's the thing, Damali. I see a lot of y'all already knew this was coming up.
You been knowing.
And we've been telling y'all since 2025 that in 2026, we was going to be doing some big things and some great things, bringing these things to Black Wall Street, bringing these things to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because it's time for us to shine. Look, y'all, Tulsa, Oklahoma is a big deal. Your city is a big deal too.
Right.
I'm just saying the stuff that we got cooking in the pot. So tonight is going to be a night of elegance. People are coming from St. Louis and Kansas City and Arkansas and Texas and say all over. People are coming from all over, coming right here to the 36th Street North Event Center. Now you're going to have a few tickets at the door. I think it's $60. That let you know how live it's going to be. But anyway, we're going to have a good time on this hump day, trying to do things to help people get over the hump. So I'm excited about tonight. But like Damali said, we have no access.
None.
To absolutely. I don't even have part of a ticket. I can't even say tick, 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 tock.
Right.
We can't
no
do
tickets.
anything because here's another thing, y'all, for 2026. For 2026, it's going to be the year of, we can't do all these hookups. To be honest, because the thing
say that again.
We can't do no more hookups in 2026. Now, here's the thing. Can't nobody get mad because guess what? I've been doing hookups for 15 years.
Yep.
Damali been doing hookups for 13 years.
Yep.
And our people coming in said, Charles, now y'all done grab 2-3 tables.
Yep.
I said, but we were trying to allow people to experience what's going on, to experience the greatness and the excellence and all of that stuff. But at this point, you done experienced it. So you need to stay tuned in to the Community Wake Up Morning Show, because we always gonna let you know everything that's going on in the community every day, every time. So hey, for those that got your tickets, especially VIP, I might come through and film a little bit.
Right.
But it's going down at the event center tonight. If you don't know where we located, it's 1125 East 36th Street North, right off the corner of 36th Street North and Peoria. Damali, you see the shirt I got on today?
I do see the shirt that you have on today.
So I heard about Idaho. So even though they tried to sneak in that during February, it's Black History Month, y'all.
Right. We ain't going out like that.
The story got to be told, not even have to be sold.
Right.
But we can't allow people to try to take our history, because our history is American history.
Right.
So even though in Idaho, and I don't have no problem with nobody from Idaho. Let me say that first, because I might just go visit Idaho and say, why y'all don't know about Juneteenth around here? Move some of these curtains out the way. Why y'all don't know about Juneteenth when it's been around since 1865? But anyway, I'm wearing the shirt today because you know what? Just in case you didn't know, share this video with some of your friends that a little bit lighter than us, our cousins. They still our cousins. Let them know about Juneteenth, because in Tulsa, guess what, Damali?
What's that?
We have the largest Juneteenth in the country. So any friends and family that you have, cousins, classmates, and colleagues, tell them come to Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Right.
And they can experience Juneteenth, just in case you don't know. Because here's the thing, Damali. If I heard about something that I had never heard about in the Hispanic community,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
In the Indian community, you know what I'm saying? In the Irish community, what I wouldn't do is to vote to just remove it, because I haven't heard of it.
Right.
What I would do is take my time and educate myself.
Exactly.
So that I do know what I'm doing. So now, even at that point, if I decide to remove something, I do something, I'm not doing it in ignorance. I'm doing it because I did my homework and I know what's what, versus just voting on something and doing it for other reasons. What you think about it?
No, I think that's absolutely correct. And I think that everybody has the right to be able to celebrate their own culture. Right. If you don't understand it, then you don't have to be a part of it. But I think it behooves us all to try to learn a little bit about our neighbors, about our brothers and sisters, so that way we have more of an understanding about where they're coming from and what their culture has to offer us, because you can always learn from someone else.
And here's the thing, and just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, in Idaho on Monday night, their city council voted 4-2 to remove Juneteenth as a holiday, because had nobody heard of it but for the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So they removed it as a holiday and then added back Columbus Day, who didn't discover nobody but himself and his hat he was wearing and the little boat that he probably wasn't even on. Right. So at the end of the day, as Americans, black, white, green, or yellow, let's understand America's history. Yeah. Call it what it is. Because here's the thing, Damali, the community wake up is not blaming nobody for what happened 300-400 years ago. But what we gonna do in our time right now together, while we got a shot at this thing to find a way to just be Americans, and let everybody have a place to raise their family, have fun, and have a great future, because that's all that we want. Because guess what, Damali, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
Okay.
In 100 years, everybody that's listening to us, we all will be gone. Us, dust. You, your kids, grandma, uncles, cousins, we all gonna be gone. Yeah, because what kind of world, what kind of mark that we leave? Because it's obvious people been fighting. I'm not taking that away because it's Black History Month and we standing on the shoulders of our ancestors.
Right.
But whatever reason, it's been just a super conflict where we can't unify
Mhm.
so that we all can just stand up and say, you know what, we are America. We are Americans.
That's right.
And we doing this thing together. Now we're not gonna be here infighting in our own house.
That part.
You got other people out here coming to take us out. How we gonna be fighting?
That part.
We can't be doing that, y'all.
Y'all keep your head.
Y'all
on
know
swivel.
better. We
Yeah.
know better. And I'm off my soapbox. I
Let's-
love y'all.
Let's go to the live.
Let's go to the live.
and see who we got here. So we got Mr. Arthur Johnson, aka Mr. Energizer. He's
Welcome
in the
to the
building.
show.
We got cousin Pearlie Newton.
Oh, my cousin is in the building. And
Yeah.
she ordered her shirts.
She sure
See the
did.
shirt? She ordered her
She
shirt.
sure did.
If
She
you
got
didn't
her
order
shirt.
yours. See, the orders went out yesterday,
Mhm.
but you still got time to order
Yes,
because the
you
next
can.
order won't go out till next Monday.
Mhm.
But cousin, she stepped up. She got her orders in.
Jessica Brown Nelson said, "Good morning, family."
What's going on, family? Down there in Arkansas. Appreciate you tuning in.
Mom is watching. Hey, mommy.
What's up, Mom?
Richie Anderson says, "Good morning."
Good morning. What's going on, cousin?
Okay,
Richie
he cousins
Anderson.
today.
He was, yeah.
Yesterday he was uncle.
Oh, he was uncle yesterday, but they cousin.
Uncle Brian said, "Good morning, guys," but he did not say,
Acknowledge your highness, Uncle Brian. Welcome to the show.
Jessica Brown Nelson says, "Gonna try to stay on long enough to hear the morning affirmation. We got a doctor's appointment this morning. All right, Jessica, we're gonna make it happen sooner rather than later."
Right?
Dr. Tamika Rogers said, "Good morning, cousins. Good morning."
What's going on, Doctor? You know we gonna have you on the show, so
Yes.
Doctor, just get ready.
Yes.
Just get ready.
All right, Uncle Brian says mental health is very real, and we all need therapy at least sometime in our lives. I agree with that, Uncle Brian. AJ said, "Good morning, family." And Miss Renee said, "Good morning."
What's going on, Miss Renee? Welcome to the show down there in Louisville.
Yeah, Louisville.
See, you almost got caught up. You see that?
I was like, Louisville?
What is
No,
it? What
Louisville.
is it? Louisville.
Louisville.
See,
Yeah.
you see how people can get you
Yeah.
caught up just like that.
Well, I got that
Again-
from the natives.
Again, because we're gonna get into our affirmation. I think we
Mhm.
need to do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that since Miss Jessica has to get off.
Jessica
They
said
got
she
a
gotta
doctor's
go to the
appointment.
doctor's appointment. We want you
So
to
she
go
want to
in.
woosah.
We don't want you to go in hot. We want you to go in calm, cool, and collective. So
Right.
let's bring it down for a moment.
Okay, so we're gonna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, breathe out, breathe in a fourth time.
Come on now, hold on. Now.
Breathe
You're
out.
not trying to end the Cleo now.
No, remember you
Okay.
said 5 times. We got to do it 5 times.
No, I just made that up.
He said I just made that.
I
Okay.
just said that. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. So
Let's
our
do it.
morning affirmation says, "I break cycles and build futures because healing is my inheritance." So let's sit with that for a second. The first part says, "I break cycles." That means I am aware, I see patterns, and I choose differently. Maybe it's financial instability. Maybe it's silence around trauma. Maybe it's unhealthy communication. Or maybe it's fear of ownership or opportunity. Just because it happened before doesn't mean it has to happen again. Breaking cycles takes courage. It takes honesty. It takes intentional decisions. But the affirmation doesn't stop there. And build futures. That means I don't just end what's harmful, I create what's healthy. I build stability. I build knowledge. I build wealth. I build peace. And I build opportunity for those coming behind me. Breaking cycles removes damage. Building futures creates direction. And then the powerful line, healing is my inheritance. Inheritance usually means money, land, or property. But this affirmation says, I inherit something deeper, the right to be whole. I inherit resilience. I inherit strength. I inherit the ability to restore what was broken. Healing belongs to me, not just survival, but healing, not just endurance, but restoration. So today, choose differently, build intentionally, and heal unapologetically, because you are not just managing the past, you are shaping the future.
Damali, You got me with that. I did need to breathe in and out 5 times. I think it's amazing that you do that, and I'm thankful that I feel like the Lord gave that to you, because
Yes.
I'm serious when I say this. That's probably the only time. This is probably the only time I take 2 deep breaths and really slow down and calm down. Because here's the thing: when you're not breathing, you're not thinking, because your brain needs oxygen to function.
Yes.
But when I was hearing about the healing, it makes me think about the young man that we prayed for earlier.
Yes.
If you're just not tuning in, 25-year-old young man in the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings, unalived himself in a garage yesterday, dealing with injuries because he was a superstar athlete and he kept dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
So his goal, his dreams, the spotlight, he was ready for it, to play in the NFL. Maybe to take care of his family, maybe to just live out that dream that he had, but just in that moment, despair hit him.
Yeah.
He got frustrated. And guess what? Nobody got to him in that garage on time. No friend, no family, no colleague, or anyone. And now the young man is gone. So I think if he maybe could have listened to the affirmation to say it's going to be all right, that you are healed, that you're going to be okay, because healing, because he was dealing with injuries, could have been one of those things. So, Damali, I think that was right on time. What you read, it was good for me. But when you think about healing, first, what do you think about? And is it anything that Damali had to heal from so that she could move forward? And if you're on the live, we got a lot of people on. If you had something that you had to heal from that helped your life be better, share that with us as well. So we'll share something that, man, I had to heal from this. And then my life has been better since then. And share that. And if you want to share how good and how it changed your life, that'll be great as well. And then we'll switch gears and get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Right. But Damali, what is something that you were like, man, I had to heal from this, Charles, and then after this, life has been better for me?
So our theme today is healing generations. That is what the theme is. And I think that sometimes we allow things that happen in our past to affect us, and it negatively affects the next generation. Prime example, if you grew up in a household without your father, which I did, that doesn't define who you are, and that shouldn't change who you are as an individual. You need to figure out a way to overcome that, because if not, you'll carry that trauma to the next generation, right? And so it can't be used as an excuse. Well, because my daddy wasn't here, I'm an alcoholic. Because my daddy wasn't here, I ain't gonna go to college. Because my daddy wasn't here. Those are all excuses, because we have free will. We have the right to make a choice. And so for me, I chose to be the best version of Damali that I could possibly be, because I wanted to be a better person for my children. I wanted them to have a chance to have some of the things that I didn't. Although I lived in a household full of love, like my mama was enough of mama and daddy, and thank you, Mom, for doing that. At the time, it didn't seem like it. Because I'm like, man, mama mean, it's like she be tripping,
Right.
But after I got grown, after I had children of my own, then I started to see and understand that mama was just trying to put up roadblocks, trying to, block me off to keep me from, slamming my head up against a brick wall. And so, I could appreciate that. But I think, we need to stop making excuses. I think I'm grateful that now mental health is a thing. Right. So now people are recognizing that, hey, I need to go to therapy. I need to seek help from someone else, because now it takes away that excuse of, well, I wasn't healed. I didn't know what to do or how to do it, or I didn't want people talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Now that takes that away, and we're able to do what we need to do. But I just think for me, it's always been, it's no excuses. Whatever I need to do by any means necessary that I can do to make sure that my kids are as well-rounded as I could make them, then that was my goal.
Man, Damali, that's real. And y'all, like I said, y'all share if it's something that you had to heal from. And we're talking about generations, not just you. I would say something as I got older, I really wanted to be able to have a great relationship with my dad and my grandpa.
Yeah.
On my dad's side. But I had one conversation with my dad, like in the 6th grade. He was there for the weekend, and that was it. So the disservice I had is not just having the relationship with my dad or my grandpa, but here's the crazy thing, is everywhere I went, guess what they would always tell me?
What's that?
You look just like your dad.
Wow.
You built just like your dad. You act just like your dad. So all I keep hearing is about your dad, your dad, your dad. But guess what? I don't have a relationship,
Right.
with my dad
No
at
context.
all, or my grandpa. I have no context. I have no lens. When I started doing sports, they said, "Oh, your dad was athletic just like that." And then they're like, "Man, why your arms so big, man? Just like your dad." Oh, your dad has some guns. Appreciate the guns, Dad. But anyway, your DNA is your DNA.
It is.
So the thing about not having dad or mom around, that DNA is still there. And I think that I kind of blocked it out, to be honest, and went on and did what I had to do.
Yeah.
And did what I had to do in school, and just stumbled through that bad boy. Went on to college and stumbled them first 2 years. I mean, I was flipping and stumbling all the way down the hill.
But you made it.
But I made it.
Yeah.
And that's what Damali is saying. Even
No
though he
excuses.
wasn't there, I took a couple deep breaths and I said, look, this is a generational thing. So what am I going to do? Use my dad not being there and maybe some other unfavorable things that I had to grow up with, maybe not having all the things that the other kids had.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. You can get jealous and envy because you don't have what other kids have and end up with hate and envy toward family and friends, which I don't think you should have that, because you shouldn't get mad at a kid because their parents made some adjustments to have certain things.
Exactly.
Your time can still come, but that takes still some healing. Because you're still human. But nevertheless, I stumbled through that, got the Langston, recovered. And I'll say when I was 30 years old, this one healing, I was at Morning Star Baptist Church.
Okay.
Me and Khalil was sitting in there, Morning Star Baptist Church, and I looked down. It was, let me tell you what it was.
What was that?
It was Father's Day.
Oh.
Because this is how trauma show up. So it's Father's Day, and they up there in the altar, and it's a grandpa, and then it's dad, and then it's the grandson. And I'm looking at 3 generations, and they just talking about how they appreciate each other. And that's what they call trauma, right? And it kicked me back to that when I was little. Ooh, it kicked me back.
Wow.
Look, I done graduated from college with honors. Got married. My wife then went to OU. We both graduated with honors. We got great jobs. She done got the house and the car and all of that. But that trauma, will pull up on you. So at that day and that time, in that moment, drop one tear. People always say, Charles, you'll never cry. I done cried. I just don't be crying in public like that. But anyway, I dropped one tear and I looked at my son and I was like, you know what, bro? I'm going to always be in your life.
Yeah.
Because I already came pick you up. I'm going to always be in your life. So even though, and in that moment, I forgave my dad. I forgave my grandpa, which I didn't know, but I had to forgive them for me because generational healing, right?
Yeah.
So I did that in that moment. Me and my son been locked in. And even though I didn't have me, my dad and grandpa, but guess what I got today in 2026?
What you got?
I got me. I got my son, Khalil. And as of November 2025, I got Kasai.
Yes.
But not just, and that's the lineage of Harper.
Right.
But then I got a bonus plus of that. I got Dalen.
Yes.
And I got Braylon.
Yes.
And not only that.
Yes.
I got Corman and I got little Malicious.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is you got to find a way. We got to find a way to heal so that you can go on. So Damali and I, we can't jump on here and be like, share this and share that. Because sometimes it's hard to share this stuff. Because your life is your testimony.
So is.
But these are the things that we have to do to generational healing. So now you can go forward. Because I see a lot of other brothers. It's the same story, Damali. Sometimes your story is not just yours, or it could be something totally different. But I feel like when we share and we talk, it makes us all healthier as a community, right? Because we're already disconnected from Africa and dealt with slavery and all of that. So we already got some issues, but we can do better.
Yeah.
We can heal. We can do, and we can make better generations going forward. If you still living, you still winning.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go to the live really quick.
Okay.
So Dominique Harper, your brother is on.
Hey, bro, he come with the receipts.
He said right on. AJ said he has a doctor's appointment this morning as well at 8:00. So he's gonna stay on as long as he can. So we appreciate that, AJ. Princess Osborne is on.
What's going on with your Princess? What's up, frat? See, we grew up together.
Okay.
When you grew up together in the same community, you get old enough to go, man, we all work through some stuff together.
Yes.
But like Prentice, like me, like his bro, we still here though.
Yes, absolutely. Uncle Brian said, thank you for the affirmation. We truly needed that. Cousin Pearlie said, thanks for the affirmation, Damali. You are so welcome. Let's see. David and Donna Jones. They say, thanks for the affirmation that blessed us. I'm so happy that they blessed you guys. Jessica Brown Nelson said, thanks so much. Healing is definitely a great point for today. No excuses. Exactly. Stand up for your own and the family you are raising. Awesome. Thank you so
Jessica,
much
that's
for that,
good.
Jessica.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Dominique said, "Yep, me too, bro."
Amen.
AJ said, "I had to heal from my biological father not raising me into becoming the man that I am today." He said, "The help I received from the Black men in our Black community, especially my Black grandfather, gave me a lot of his wisdom to live by." That's what I'm saying. The village got to stand up. Village got to stand up when others don't show up. Uncle Brian says, "We all need to heal in one way or another, and healing doesn't come overnight. It truly is a process." He said, "I miss my wife every day, and I will do that for the rest of my life. Some things you never get over. You just learn to deal with life as it comes every day." Uncle Brian also said, "Some people cry every day, but every day it gets much easier."
Right. Good stuff, Uncle Brian.
Dr. Tamika said, "I had to heal from code switching at work."
Oh my!
She said, "As Black women, we're taught at an early age how to make others feel comfortable around you." You better say that, sis.
Damali, elaborate on code switching, because you worked. If y'all don't know, Damali, 25 years in the legal field with all the top
let me go back to
attorney firms in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street. And I ain't gonna make you go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But how was it with you? Because you talking about some code switching.
Yeah.
Because you talking about legal field, downtown Tulsa, the elite law firms. Can you relate to Dr. Tamika?
Oh my God, yes.
How was it for you?
Most of the time, I was the only person of color in the law firms that I worked in, and I worked in several of them over the 25-year span that I was in the law profession. And, being there, it's just crazy. I mean, you have to talk a certain way, walk a certain way, dress a certain way in order for them to take you seriously. Right. And so some of the slang that I would normally use at home or with my family, that's out the window, and you find yourself having to talk like them in order for them to take you seriously, not because you want to be like them. It's just, you understand that you're in this environment. And if I'm in this environment, then I have to be like the natives. You know what I'm saying? However, I still understood my own values. I still understood where I came from, and I never forgot that. And it's crazy because sometimes, certain things would happen, or they'd see something on the news or something, and they were like, "Hey, Damali, we want to ask you a question because we saw this on the news, and you're like us. You're not like them." Hold on,
man. How do you feel when somebody says that? It's like
it's very, very annoying to me. And it's very upsetting to me because who is them?
Who is them?
What is them?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Right. And so then I would have to stop them and say, "No, I am very much them."
And for whatever reason, if code switching is a new term today, code switching is this, as an example, when your cousin that y'all grew up together call you, how y'all talk, "What up, cuz? What's happening with your baby? What up, baby?" That's that. Then
and
your
the
boss,
energy level.
And then your boss call, "Hello, boss. Good morning. It's 7:33. What time would you like us in?" That's code switching. You know what I mean? And the thing about us, we sometimes have to code switch 2-3 times.
Man.
You just code switching. And then here's the thing. I don't think people realize the freedom when you don't have to code switch.
Boy.
You just live as you are. And those are things that we just deal with in the community, and it is what it is.
And that's what Dr. Tamika is talking about.
Yeah.
She's talking about, she says that Black women were taught at an early age how to make others feel comfortable around you. Can't be too smart, can't be too pretty, can't be too loud, etc. In the business world, it can be considered as aggressive and intimidating. It's exhausting. She said, "I'm proud to say no more. I've been healed for 6 years." All right, sis. You know what? I got to applaud you because that doesn't happen always.
Right. And she telling the truth, because when you go to a gala, Tamika be like, "What up, bro? Good to see you. I got a seat over here for you." And then she'll wink at you. I'm free, because it's nothing like when you can get rid of some of this generational stuff, because the worst thing to do is to die with it. So what if Tamika then say, "You know what? I am who I am, and I'm going to do what I'm doing," because she's super intelligent. Once she's a doctor, sweet, bless people and do that. But boy, when you're able to live as yourself, look, what that means, that don't mean we go somewhere and be crazy. What it is saying is I can still be me.
Exactly.
You know, and not have to try to be something else for 8 hours a day, every day to make everybody else comfortable. Now you're 20 times as exhausted because not only did you have to work and perform,
Right.
you don't have to do all these other
All the
shenanigans and
extra.
tips. All right, we're
All
going to
the
move on
extra.
to something. Doctor, thank you for sharing that. Code switching. Yeah.
And let me see who else had a comment. Somebody else had a comment. Oh, Dominique had a comment. He said, I had to relieve stress off myself because of my lack of discipline in schoolwork. He said, my life is wonderful now, and Lily and me are degreed. Our kids are succeeding, and my life is awesome. So then Jessica Brown Nelson says, thanks for this morning's show daily. Thanks for this morning's show daily. Love y'all bunches.
Love you too.
And Cousin Pearlie said, when in Rome, we have learned to act like the Romans. That's the truth. You have to do as they do. But when I was there in that environment, I used that opportunity to educate.
Right.
To talk about the great things that are happening in my community, because I didn't want people to think that, all this crazy stuff is happening in North Tulsa when it really wasn't.
Right.
So that was my opportunity to stand up. But how many of us are willing to stand up?
Right.
How many of us get in these spaces and we just become one of, whatever environment we're in, we just become one of the natives.
So what you're saying that it's true. If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Is that true?
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you have to be willing to learn. And then this is the other thing I think that we need to talk about too, when we're talking about generationally, right, in our community. Then if somebody gets to a position, then we want to talk about them and rag on them.
Right.
Y'all don't know the number of times I've been called the white girl. I'm one of them. I work down there. I talk like this, and everything, when I'm just trying to do good for my kids. I'm just trying to show them that no matter where you come from, you can do anything that you put your mind to, and it doesn't matter what environment you find yourself in.
Right.
At the end of the day, as long as you keep God first, understand the mission and the reason why you're there, and don't get too haughty and high-minded and thinking that you all that and 2 bags of chips.
Right.
Then you're gonna be okay.
Girl, did you say 2 bags of chips?
2 bags of chips. Some people.
So with your sandwich, you have 2 bags of chips. You got Doritos and Lay's.
Right.
And I'll just add, and this is just for us to be able to coexist, because a job or the workforce creates requirements, and it gives you a list of what we all adhere to.
Right.
So the things that we're talking about is when you get into the personal lane.
Right.
So we all got to be to work on time. You got a dress code. You got the way you behave. You got all of that.
Right.
We cool with all of that.
Right.
We're talking about when you have to go outside of that and you get into the personal lane. Now I got to try to adjust to the personal, things and your norms and your normities and what you like versus being able to be myself.
Right.
And where I grew up and do the things I want to do, because when I come to work, I want to eat a little bit of my food sometimes. I don't want to always eat your potato salad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a difference between your potato salad and my potato salad. If you know, you know.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
Right.
these are the kind of things that we're talking about as we go forward. But Damali, back high level, healing generations in our community. Why is that so important, you believe?
Well, it's important because we want to make sure that everybody is able to live their best life and to move forward with a plan and purpose, right? We don't want to continue to live in and I'm not saying that we are now,
Right.
but what I'm saying is if you are in an environment that is subpar, you don't want to continue, or you shouldn't want that next generation to live in that same subpar environment.
Right.
And so, like for me, I used to tell my kids all the time, and they'll attest to this, that every generation should do better than the last.
Right.
So and so I use myself as an example. My grandmother never owned a home. She rented her entire life. But then my mother comes along, my mother right out the gate, I'm buying a house.
Right.
For me and my kids. My mom taught me that, so now we're on the home ownership track. I've showed my kids that roadmap, and that's what they talk about. Now they haven't gotten there yet, but that's what they talk about. Is now one of my daughters does own land. She's bought land that she's looking to potentially build on.
Right.
But we talk about those things. Every generation should do a little bit better, or a lot of it. It don't make no difference, but just do better than the last.
I must say in all communities, an area that I'm hopeful we can do better is dealing with this situation like with pedophiles
Mm.
and stuff like that, whether it's a little girl or a little boy. I'm so hopeful that our government, our state, our city, our pastors, our leaders can make some adjustments, because it's just so disheartening to watch those issues come out.
Mhm.
You know, you in college and you meet your girlfriend, you hug her and she just busts out crying and say, "Don't touch me," have a meltdown.
Mhm.
But it's something that stemmed from something generationally that goes on, where you got somebody in the house that molesting somebody, touching somebody, and doing stuff, and then you don't have a safe space to even talk about it. And when I think about healing, I mean, I can tell you this, Damali, when I go to college, if I'm around 6 girls, I'm telling you right now, 5 of them somebody,
Mhm.
and typically it's a family member,
Yep.
touched them, did something to them. And when you're just trying to go to the movies and do regular stuff, it triggers so much stuff. So as brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
let's just find a way to look out better, for our kids and things like that. And I just mentioned that because some people, guess what?
Mhm.
Things happen and they just have to hide it
Mhm.
their entire life.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just like, to me, for that person, it's like being tormented.
Yeah.
Male
Over and
or
over.
female,
Yeah.
both. So to me, it's like you living your whole life and it's like in turmoil, like you tortured,
Mhm.
because anytime somebody maybe open the door or you smell a certain scent
Mhm.
or you hear a certain
Yep.
song
Yeah.
and certain stuff, and then people around you don't know, and they looking at you like, what's wrong with her? Because now you're gonna jump up and just run out the room.
Mhm.
And you got to go to a quiet place and cry
Yeah.
because this song that came on, or this cologne you smell, or he got to do the same
Mhm.
thing. A certain person come in and they got a certain kind of beard with a certain kind of voice,
Yeah.
and you see his
And you're
grown
like,
man
"Ugh."
fold,
Mhm.
and you got to go somewhere and get healed. But I'm thinking in our generations,
Mhm.
unless we find a way to have a safe space, and this is a spot when I do like a safe space,
Mhm.
to have areas where we can go and sit and talk, so that people that's 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 years old cannot have to die
Mhm.
with some of this healing generationally, that we could have maybe provided spaces, Damali,
Yeah.
which I think now once we allow healing to happen, not only can you heal, but you can start identifying in your family and in the community when things are going on, and we can find a way to bring them numbers way down.
Yes.
Because all this sex trafficking and all this crazy stuff
It's
that's
crazy.
going on, we
It's
ain't gonna never
crazy.
heal
Right.
if we can't find a way to kind of nip that in the bud. What you think about that, Damali?
No, I totally agree with you. I think that we have an obligation and a duty to protect the next generation.
Yes.
Yeah. That is why we're here. I mean, why would you have kids to abuse them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And us as the elders, in the village, we need to be looking out for the kids and making sure that we provide them with every possible opportunity
Right.
to be the best that they can be instead of inflicting additional trauma. So I totally agree with you. At this point, it's time for us to take a quick break. You know that Theater North, this is their last weekend for the play of
Get
Nat
your
Turner
ticket.
in Jerusalem. I think we're going to try to go on Sunday to see that play, but this is the last weekend, so we're going to hit that drop, and then we're going to hit another couple commercials.
You listen to the Community Wake Up. We'll be right back, y'all.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play, Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated. The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2120 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Yeah. I always want to say that all my life. Anyway, welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We back live here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street, here in Greenwood, and y'all are in the building with us. We're live on NYCU.FM. We live locally on KBOB 89.9 FM, and we live on YouTube, the official World One Development news that you can use. We appreciate y'all locking in with us today. We live Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. So everybody that got their Folgers in their cup and decide to wake up with us, we appreciate y'all. It's hump day, and our goal and our mission is to get you over the hump. Damali, what's up? What's up? How you feeling now? You done took the numbers up, y'all. We've been hovering around 600 every day. We up to over 1,000 on the line, y'all. How you feel about that, Damali? You got to say something. Smile or something. Maybe
I'm really excited because we didn't know how this was going to work out. First of all, people transitioning from our once a week Wednesday show, right, to a 5-day-a-week, 7 o'clock in the morning show. But it's working.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm totally excited.
Damali, let's do this. Can we do this real quick, if you don't mind? In the first segment, we talked about healing generationally. And we talked about something that we needed to heal from. And Damali talked about she had to heal from dad not being there. And that's such way. And I had to heal from the generational thing with dad and grandpa trying to get through those things. But I think what we did not get a chance to do, and we'll do this quick and move on, we didn't get to acknowledge a couple people. That even though that happened, it was some people that helped us out along the way. The Lord sent the raft out there that we could get on. You know what I mean? Yeah. A ram in the bush that we could still make it. So we want to always be able to show gratitude first, God is the reason. I know we all made it.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, Damali, even though we trying to heal generationally, who are a couple people that you can say, you know what, Charles, thank God, outside of mom and dad and all them people, thank God for these couple people that they did help me along the way, even though I was dealing with the healing, because I think it's good to have gratitude and acknowledge some of those people. Now, we can't acknowledge everybody. Don't nobody get mad. Don't come to the station. We just going to try to grab a couple people that helped us when we was younger, heal from maybe something we was dealing with generationally.
So I would say one would be my Aunt Esther.
Shout out to Aunt Esther. Here's your thing.
Yes.
You can just say the name. If you're on the live, a person that helped you when you was young because you had something you had to heal from, whether it's a coach, a teacher, a counselor, a cousin, whomever, who was one or two people that helped you heal through something that maybe you was going through when you was a kid? You say Aunt Esther.
And then my other person, if I'm only picking two, is Miss Viola Patterson, who taught me that you need to dress for where you're trying to go, not where you are.
Ooh, say that again.
Mm-hmm. So that's why when you see me sharp, y'all people are thinking, oh, she just trying to show out, or she just trying. No, Miss Viola Patterson said what she had said was, you need to dress for where you're trying to go, not for where you are. That's why I can appreciate our producer, Stephen. Stephen Keys might come in here in a three-piece suit. Don't play with him.
Come on, don't play.
And y'all won't never see him, but it's about how he's feeling that day. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so the question I asked, man, when you were younger, and this is going outside of your house, man, who was two people, and y'all name them, give them a shout on the live, say, this is the person that helped me, and this is why they helped me. And I'm going to do the same. Damali, appreciate your Aunt Esther. I never got a chance to meet her, but just seeing a picture of her, I want to meet her.
Yeah.
And then a person that had you dressed for success, that's why you can dress. And that sucker ready to dress at all times. She dressed up right now. She got on heels right now. You got on wake up at the bottom, ready to go to a gala at the bottom. Anyway, so top, wake up, down low, I'm ready for the night. Anyway, for me, I'm gonna go back old school because I could go, because man, I have had a ton of people, but I'm gonna go back on this one during the times when it really get tough. I'm gonna go back to the first person is gonna be Miss Corrine Green.
I like the name Corrine. She sound like she ain't playing no games.
Cora Green, aka I will remember this lady all of my life. You know what I mean? So she is my son's grandma. Actually, she's my son's great grandma. And Miss Corrine, from when I was a kid, because I'm going back to when I was young and I really needed some help, needed a haircut and everything. But Miss Corrine, one of my friends that I grew up with, Jonathan Thompson, the Thompsons, I was always cool with all the Thompsons. But Miss Corrine, man, we be out in the community hungry. And man, Miss Corrine always had some food.
Okay.
You go over there, she got some food. And then Miss Corrine Green was also the person that used to clean our church.
Okay.
So when we was kids running around, we could always stop by the church. We talked about that yesterday. And she would have some snacks or something in the church. And I would vacuum and help clean, take out the trash. I would do something. But I just look at it as a pillar of the community. And Miss Corrine was old before I was born. She always just stayed like this. She looked good, but she was already a senior in my whole life. She was like that. So I'll say that's one, and then I'll say two. That was huge. My son was born. And I was going to Langston, so I'm in Oklahoma, and my son with his mom, and then was still home. And we're young, when Khalil's born, we're young. And so she told me, she said, Charles, do what you got to do to graduate. And I'm going to look out for Khalil and his mom, Melissa, and the team. I'm going to look out for him. And and this is what she said, just promise me. Because I wasn't thinking about this. Can I say it? I wasn't thinking about it like she was thinking about it. But she said, promise me that you're going to come get him before he starts school, because you're doing great. You're going to be great. You're going to impact this world, and you need to take Khalil with you so he can witness that. Because if not, I don't know what may end up happening, because if his dad is this much of an influence, you need to influence him first.
Right.
So when I was at Langston, because of what she said, your boy dropping 4 points, 3.8. So I'm on the dean honor roll. That is not the story in high school. I got kicked out of kindergarten, first grade, second, third, fourth, fifth, flunked the 8th grade. See, you got to tell your story.
Yeah.
But there's something about when she said that to me, it spoke to my heart. And when I came, Khalil was 4. I came home and I showed her that degree. I had my pictures. I said, look, Miss Corrine, not only did I graduate, but I graduated with honors. Thank you for always giving me them grilled cheese sandwiches.
Right.
And rice. with rice with the cheese chunks in it.
Yes.
You don't know nothing about. See, you ain't never had no government cheese.
I have.
You
I
had
had
that?
government cheese.
Y'all had some government
We used
cheese?
to make cheese sandwiches. Oh my
What did y'all
God,
make?
yes.
What y'all make?
We used to take it and just cut that cheese and put it on toasted bread.
Right.
Like put it in the oven, put butter on both sides of the bread, put it in the oven. Oh
See,
my
Miss
God.
Corey would have to warn us
Grilled
too.
cheese.
She would say you can't eat government cheese over 72 hours because you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna freeze up.
Okay,
So-
we moving on. We moving
but
on.
hold on. So that's one person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm giving the people on live time to give they two people real quick. Okay.
Well, they got some.
Okay,
they
we're going.
got
I got one more person. Because I'm going back.
Mhm.
Mr. Willie Slaughter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Your friend Willie.
Mr. Willie Slaughter was my first best friend.
Mhm,
I was 5 and he was 85.
mhm.
And I used to he had one arm, and I
Mhm.
used to fish with him, clean with him, hang out with him. And he passed away at 103 or 104, and I was like 24, 25. But he taught me about Malcolm and Martin and the Great Depression and Louisiana Purchase and slavery stuff and all of that. So that was that history book. And that sucker mine was sharp.
Mhm.
You know, he would be 90. When I was 10, I did this. When I was 13, and he could just remember everything. And I'm like, man, Willie, I'm 20. I don't remember nothing from yesterday. But it's, but it's like, is it just me?
That's true.
Somebody got to get on here and tell me why. And I'm going to the live.
Mhm.
Why do older people mind be so sharp? Do y'all just sit and think about everything you ever been through? I just don't understand because Damali, if I ask Damali right now, what did she do Monday? We'll be sitting here waiting until the show go off before she can tell you.
Deer in the headlights.
Deer in
Have
the headlights.
No
Because
idea.
that's just how much stuff we do every day. But
Yeah.
some of these seniors, they can talk about high school and they teachers and
We
here
did the
and
morning show.
jobs and
I
all
can
of
tell you
that.
that.
We did the morning show today. All right, let's take it to the live. Who is two people that impacted your life when you was young? We showing a little bit of gratitude before we move on.
So I'm gonna do both. There's some more people that came on the live, so I'm
with you.
we're gonna read comments, okay? So Soror, Stacy Nicholson Reese says, good morning.
Good morning, Soror.
David and Donna Jones said amen.
Amen.
So whatever we was talking about.
Amen back.
Uncle Brian says sometimes you need to wear a mask to get by, but sooner or later that mask comes off and the real does come out.
With a real Slim Shady.
Please stand up. Then we reset and we move on. Let's see. Dominique says, I've told my girls, especially, that if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, let us know immediately. We stress to our son the same thing and stress to him not to make someone feel uncomfortable or violated.
That's awesome.
Hey,
Good stuff, little bro. Good stuff. He ain't lying either. My nieces, they stay 10 feet away from everybody and they just look at you. Look at their mom and dad. They be like, hey, they all right? If they all right, then I will approach.
Listen, I remember my youngest daughter had a whistle, stranger danger. So
you
somebody
your
come around,
daughter straight.
she had a whistle, so she would blow this whistle. And she's blowing the whistle. My oldest daughter snatched that whistle, and I found the whistle not too long ago. So we started cracking up about this whistle.
So family,
stranger danger.
When all else fails, do like the Molly and her family. Get all your babies a whistle, and if you hear, get there, girl.
Get
you
there
funny.
quick.
Okay.
Uncle Brian said, I think most of us have and do deal with abuse, both physical and mental, every day. And more people need to know you are not alone because I am with you. Want to give a shout out to Rennie Anita. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate that. We got people from China.
China is back in that. Uncle.
I know. Stop it. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Hello, good morning.
I know you didn't.
Okay, check it.
Natasha is with us. Good morning, sis. How are you?
Good morning, Natasha.
Raheem Sanders, what's happening, brother?
Omaha is in the house.
Yes.
Appreciate you tuning in, brother.
Uncle Brian says also, people need to be more kinder to each other every day because you may be the one to give love to someone who needs a kind word to hear to keep them from making a horrible mistake that may cost them their life or someone else's. That is so true. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Good stuff, Uncle Brian.
Mr. B's Collision, which is Crash.
What's going on, Crash?
Says, good morning, family.
Good morning. Good morning.
Brenda Harbin is on. Good morning, Brenda.
What's going on, Miss Brenda Harbin? Good to see you at church Sunday.
Natasha said, love that, Damali. I don't know what I said, but thank you so much, Natasha. Uncle Brian said, my grandmother and my wife are the reason I'm alive and in my right mind.
Stand up, ladies. Get up, stand up. He said his grandma
and his wife. Yep.
Shout out to you, Uncle Brian. That's showing a little gratitude. Who are two people that even though you was dealing with something generationally, these are a couple people that help you out along the way. Don't get mad because you didn't think about everybody. Just whatever comes to your heart is good.
Yeah.
You know.
My Aunt Billy wasn't a game.
Yeah,
I
Aunt
can
Billy,
tell you.
it's other
I
people.
love Aunt Billy. Aunt Billy was not a game. She's not going to be
See,
playing
what
with
I
you.
did is I went all the way back. So I went back to like 5 and 6 and 7 years. That's how I came with Miss Corrine, because those are the original ancestors for me, because they've been gone for years now. But those are people that planted that tree that has provided shade for me and my family, even though they never met my son and my kids and none of them.
Right.
But they provided shade for their daddy, because their daddy get
Generational. Okay. Your brother Donnie said in school, it was Pearlie Newton. He said she put a little birdie in my ear about building a future or being a product of my environment. In college, it was Ronnie Thompson. He kept me accountable and encouraged. In life, it's been Lillian Rideout Harper. She's been my right-hand girl.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. Now, I said two. And you
Don't do him.
No, I'm just saying. That's good. I understand that.
He had to cover his life.
See, our cousin, Miss Pearlie Newton, was our school counselor.
Yes.
And every time I try to sneak in the office and sneak out, she'd be like, Charles, I'd be like, golly, you been talking to my mama. What have I done now? Give me a minute, give me a break. But bro, I absolutely agree with that.
Let's see. Martisha Childs is on. She says, good morning.
Good morning, family. Thanks for tuning in.
Michelle Russell Robinson is on.
Hey, Michelle, thanks for tuning in to the Community Wake Up.
Stacy Nicholson Reese says, government cheese on a fried bologna sandwich. Girl, come on.
I done had a flashback.
You done fainted?
Man, somebody give me some government cheese right now. Where can we get some? No, I
don't even know.
Boy, you put that bologna, and when it slide off a little bit, it be burnt at the edge. See, I got you at that burnt. It's gotta be bologna and good. It gotta be burnt, and and do you pop the bubble or you leave the bubble alone with bologna?
No, I pop it. Yeah, I just kind of pop it with the fork.
See, that tell you something. Yeah. See, when you leave the there bullet, you pop it say something about you. But I ain't gonna talk about it.
Sometimes I slip my corners, so that it
long as it's burnt,
up.
Long as it's burnt on the edge with a little mustard on it, you're doing just fine.
Richie says, of course, my mom and grandparents first, but outside of that, my neighbors when I was growing up. Jane Malone, we know Jane A. Malone.
But J.A. Malone is a legend in Tulsa. Got a community center named after her right now. We went to the ribbon cutting ceremony.
Jacqueline Mahone, also Joe Williams. Joe Williams taught us in, what was it? We used to make license plates at Booker T, and we sold these license plates, way back in the day. But yeah, I remember that.
Those are two. I mean, Joe Williams has, been a pillar in the community forever. And J.A. Malone, she is just like an icon around here. So, and they still around. So if you come to Black Wall Street, we'll do an introduction. Good stuff, Richie.
Hey, Sue Zarak said, good morning.
Hey, Sue.
AJ said, AJ, I can't read all that. Basically, his PE teacher, Mr. Bradford. And he did a lot of great stuff, and we can come back to that in a little bit. Verna Downing Rogers said, I love Miss Jane Malone. Man, she is an awesome lady. Yes, amazing. She is. Yes, she is. KBOB 89.9 FM is watching.
What's going on, Uncle Bobby B? Look, if you local and you just riding in your car, 89.9 FM. And when you hear Cutie Pie, you're the reason why you're in the right spot.
Bobby. Uncle Brian said, thank you, Nee, so much for mentioning your Amy. Yes, I love Aunt Billy. Aunt Billy was amazing. And Cousin Pearlie said, thanks, Don. Talking about Dominique.
Show some love.
Yes. And then Stacy Nicholson Reese. Oh, no. Dominique says, Stacy Nicholson Reese, you said something here. Talking about that sandwich, honey.
All right. Now, look. Now, we're at the top of the hour.
Junior achievement. That's it, Richie. That's it. Junior achievement. Yes.
Hey, look, I want to tell you what I love about this. We said the community wake up was about just waking up. Memories, things we've experienced, and those kind of things. These are the things that help us get over on them days when things get tough. You got to remember J.A. Malone. You got to remember Joe Williams. You got to remember your Aunt Esther. You got to remember Willie. You got to remember Pearlie Newton. So when things get tough, you got to remember we've been making it over. We've been surviving.
We've been
overcoming adversity. This is what we do. It's Black History Month. We're going to be all right. We can't let people unalive themselves in the garage. We got to tell them the story of how the bologna and the government cheese and all that stuff with the
saved our lives.
You gonna look, if we made it off that, you can make it today.
That's right.
Let's live.
Real talk.
Not unalive ourselves.
That's like real talk. Anna Marie Baker said, hi, family.
Anna Marie Baker. Thank you. That's my prayer. sister. Okay, let's jump back to it.
So we're gonna get back to it. It is actually 4 past the hour. It's currently 54 degrees right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, home of Black Wall Street. So we've been talking about today healing generations.
Yes.
We got some great commentary. You know, I love y'all on the live because y'all come up with some profound
Right.
comments that really just bless us all and help us all. So today we're going to healing generations. We're going to talk about what it looks like in communities from survival to restoration. So here in Tulsa,
Say that slow.
Okay, say it again. What it looks like when communities move from survival to restoration.
Yeah, you can't say that fast. You
Yeah.
gotta slow that thing down.
Yes.
Survival
To restoration.
Boy,
Yeah.
that's
Yes. So
yeah,
locally,
okay.
here in Tulsa, healing conversations continue around historical trauma, mental health access, and community restoration. Organizations and faith leaders are hosting community healing circles. Y'all need to participate in some of these because they're really great.
Right.
Mental health workshops, youth mentorship programs, violence interruption initiatives. I love that. Violence interruption initiatives, and financial literacy and ownership training.
Let me tell you something, Damali. What I'm finding all too often, hopefully the community wake up can help, because as we name what we're doing in Tulsa, if you're in Arkansas, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, put in alive what you're doing in your community that people will know. Because here's the thing, Damali, all too often when I show up to these meetings, ain't nobody there. It's 5 or 6 people there.
Mhm.
And I understand, like, I don't want to be around them people. I don't even like people like that. We trying to heal, y'all.
Yes.
Restoration, because when we were young, we was all around each other, all around our cousins and family and friends. We hung out together.
For real.
That's how we made it through together. So you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. I know you like your video game. I know you like Call of Duty. But sometimes the calling on your life and the calling of what you can do to help somebody else out is more important than that. So take some time to get to one of these classes, because we're not just having them for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got to
Exactly.
get there.
Let me go to this comment really quick. Uncle Bobby says, my grandfather, Joe Eaton, who had the Eaton Barbershop, he said, and I remember all those iconic men like Homer Johnson, Don Ross, Bernard McIntyre, Oscar Chappelle, Reverend Ben Hill, all came in there, and I learned so much from them. Thank you for that comment, Uncle Bobby. We appreciate that. Arlisha Walker is now on. Marquise Nelson is watching.
What's going on, family?
Natasha said, love it, survival to restoration. And Marquise said, healing and restoration is so needed.
Right.
So let's go back here. There's also continued dialogue around honoring history while investing in the future, recognizing past harm while building new opportunity. So in plain language, healing locally means facing truth and building something better.
I like that.
Now, as we go nationally, there's growing focus on trauma-informed education, mental health expansion in schools, and criminal justice reform efforts, as well as family stability programs and economic mobility initiatives. Policymakers and health professionals are increasingly acknowledging that generational trauma impacts housing stability, academic outcomes, and even physical health. Across the country, states are expanding mental health funding and community-based support systems aimed at long-term restoration.
Damali, when I think about that trauma in community, I think what people have to think about when you are raised and you come up in certain type of community, you're looking at trauma every day.
Every day.
You got to
It's your
think about
norm.
it sometime. If you just, for whatever reason, life is life. I lived in the project, but if you're in the projects, you're in an area where you know what's going on. You got crime, you got gangs, you got poverty, you got all this stuff. You got to still think as a child going to school every day or wherever they go. When they get in the car, they just driving every day looking at trauma.
PTSD is real.
PTSD as a kid. And a lot of times you look at that from your younger years,
Right.
elementary school,
Right.
middle school, high school, and then you wonder why decisions that the people make, they make. Because it's one thing to go through it. It's another thing that not have nobody help talk you through it.
Right.
Because you can be in the projects and still make it.
Right.
You can come up in poverty and still make it, but you had to have somebody along the line to help you unpack that. So you don't want to end up angry, feel like the world owe you something, or want to get out there and be that person that you saw. Now
Yeah.
you want my whole life, why would you want to be a gangster? I watched gangsters growing up every day. Well, why would you want to sell drugs? Since I
That's
was
all I know.
5, every time I go
That's what I
somewhere,
see.
people selling drugs. Why
Yeah.
are you drinking? You see what I'm saying? So we got to think about that and find ways to have these programs where we can help people be healed and delivered. Because I grew up around that. But Damali, it got to be the Lord. But I've never drank and I've never smoked my entire life. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because when I was getting ready to go to college, one, I like food over drinking anything. Give me a cheeseburger all day before weed. Give me food because I love food, you know. But in my mind, when it was time for me to make it to Mali, and this was a real decision, I said, man, it's already hard enough to make it as a black man in America.
Don't add
So
something to
why
it.
add drinking or smoking or any of that to it at this age? I said, let me. So what I told myself was this: I'm gonna wait till I get 25 before I smoke or drink. See, I had a plan, and I said, let me wait till I'm 25. But the problem, not the problem, the good thing was, I gave myself a chance. So by the time I got to 25, guess what? I had a college degree.
Yeah.
So then I got 25. I said, oh man, I just got a degree. Now I don't want to mess that up. Now when I try to go to work, I got to get drug tested.
Look, your brother Donnie said you need a little bourbon, bro.
A little bourbon. Look, my brother be doing this with a big old cube of ice, saying, brother, when the weekend comes down. I ain't even gonna do that, bro. But I'll say that in college, I used to tell people would be like, yeah, man. I would always tell people, hey, yeah, next week. But when I got 25 and graduated, I would say, you know what, when I get 30, I'm gonna start
and so you just keep
on a little
pushing it
bit.
out and pushing it out.
Now I'm 50.
It's like, forget it.
And now I'm telling people at 55, I'm gonna start. I don't even know if I'm gonna ever start at this point. I learned to drink something and faint.
Right. He just needs to give it up. Just give it up.
I ain't gonna make it.
Just give it up. You ain't gonna make it.
Making decisions when you're young can still pay dividends. Because how many friends do you know died from drinking and driving?
Man, yeah.
You know what I mean? How many people you know has lost a job because of being under the influence?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Or their health is bad.
Or how many friends now that's been gone because it's lung cancer or stomach. Now, it's not nothing against that because it just is what it is, but we're just having real conversation about what, because anything you do, just don't do too much.
Yeah.
Don't overindulge too much.
Okay, so back to our
lecture at hand.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so healing is being treated not just as personal, but structural. On the international level, international humanitarian groups are focusing on rebuilding communities impacted by war and poverty and displacement, not just through aid, but through long-term empowerment. So healing globally means rebuilding trust, restoring opportunity, and strengthening resilience. So what does that mean for us all? Man. Healing generations is not about ignoring the past. It's about transforming it. It means addressing trauma, expanding access to care, investing in youth, building ownership, and creating safe communities. Healing requires honesty. It requires resources, leadership, and participation. But most importantly, it requires hope, because healing isn't weakness. It's strength. It's strength in motion. From Tulsa to the nation, to the world, communities are recognizing that restoration must be intentional. And when we invest in healing today, we protect futures tomorrow. So the theme, though, here is intentional.
Intentional.
That's a word that our friend Willie Barney, he's not on today, but that is something that he talks about all the time.
He might be on. He might be a secret listener.
He might be a secret listener. Willie, are you a secret
listener?
listener?
Willie, are you a secret listener? Yeah. Pop on, pop out. Pop out and show them.
Right. But just being intentional.
Right.
And so I think that, you know, this is valuable information. We all need to be thinking from a lens of what can we do to help heal the next generation, because, you know, this world is full of trauma.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you what I was thinking about when you was reading toward the end. And I always think about this group. It made me think about our veterans.
Yes.
When you said war and a trauma, because when you get into war, that takes it internationally. Because normally when you go to war, you done left your country. You done went to somebody else's country, and we ain't doing nothing but creating a whole lot of trauma. You know what I mean? Things we have to be healed from. And I think that, man, when I look out and see these veterans homeless and sitting on the curb, I mean, we do food distributions, we do all kind of different things to try to address that, and you can't do everything. But when you go out to LA or DC and you see all these veterans that in their younger years, they went and fought for us. I feel like this healing thing is something they're dealing with. And I'm happy that local, national, and international are now having spaces for them, because Damali, when you put your life on the line, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, Coast
Coast Guard,
Guards, or
yeah.
whatever,
Mhm.
and you put your life on the line, you also take some away from your family.
Oh yeah.
Because let me tell you something, even when you're dealing with that kind of trauma, we got to find a way to make sure we keep a space for our veterans, Damali, no matter what they're going through.
Right.
We got to find a way to keep a space because these freedoms we have, those are the people that gave us these freedoms.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or helped create
Or
it
helped
and foster it. Yeah.
And foster
it,
those
yeah.
freedoms. So when you was reading that and we was talking about healing internationally, then I think a lot of times, man, when you see a veteran, man, tell them, man, thank you for your service, you know, because
I don't know if you guys had an opportunity. We're gonna switch gears here just a little bit.
no, we're gonna take a break. Are you finna talk about the State of the Union? We're gonna take a break because last night was the State of the Union with our president, Donald. Is it J. Trump or JD or MC Shadi, whatever? But next, did you watch the State of the Union with our president, Donald Trump, last night? It was theatrics, it was comical, it was shenanigans, and we gonna get into it next, right here on the Community Wake Up.
We ain't gonna get far into it. I'm gonna tell you that.
We're gonna lean in and we're gonna pull right on back out. But we're gonna get into it next because we radio and we gotta talk about it just a little bit. We want to get your thoughts and no cussing on the live. No cussing on the live. If you watch the State of the Union, get ready, put your seatbelt on. We're gonna talk about it just for a little bit. Coming up next on Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back, y'all.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Welcome to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We are back here live in studio. We also live on NYCU.FM. Please go subscribe to our station. If you got your phone or your iPad or you're on your computer, just put in NYCU.FM. You see that play button, you hit that, you hear that music jamming, playing them throwbacks and all them R&B hits. Then after that, you go over to KBOB 89.9 FM with Uncle Bobby, where we get to tell our story our way. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. Hey, we back at the Community Wake Up. It's hump day. It's right now 54 degrees. It's going to get up to 70. So put on that tank top. I don't know if it's tank top weather yet. Put on a t-shirt.
No.
Not a tank top, a t-shirt. A t-shirt. My bad. But it is going to be a beautiful day. Get that vitamin D in you. We're talking about healing generations, but last night a lot of people had to be healed after the State of the Union address by our president, Mr. Molly Wilson. Did you watch it?
Yeah, right.
And if so, what did you think about it on the live? Did you watch the State of the Union with our president, Donald J. Trump, last night? If you did, what's your reaction? We're about to give you ours.
So last night, Donald Trump addressed the joint session of Congress, outlining the administration's priorities and the vision for the year ahead. There were three major themes to his speech. He talked about job growth, manufacturing expansion, and recent market performance as a sign of national strength. He emphasized the continued efforts to lower inflation, strengthen domestic product, and expand tax policies aimed at businesses and families. Once again, he tried to renew support for the tariffs and the trade strategies designed to protect American industry. Now,
What did you watch? You watched it?
I watched some of it.
You watched some of it.
I watched some of it.
Okay.
And to me, it just made us seem very divided.
Man.
When you watch half of the gallery, you know, every time he said something, Republicans are, and they're standing up clapping. Then you got the people who are opposed, even some of the Supreme Court justices, they're just sitting down like, yeah, whatever. It was kind of crazy. I you know, it just was a mixed box of crazy, if you ask
So
me.
y'all do us a favor. If you watched it, just weigh in, because you see Damali, she just kind of like, hold on. But if you watched it, give us your take on it.
Well, so Dominique says there was not one Black person recognized for their military actions. Very poor leadership by POTUS. Agree with that. Now, I was happy that he did recognize the USA hockey team that just won gold medals at the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. I thought that was, you know, cool that he did that. But yeah, it was just kind of weird. This the whole shebang. I mean, and just the way that in which he articulated what his perception of the job he was doing or he has been doing since he's been in office. And I was just like, what?
The key word is articulation.
Yeah, right. So it was just kind of different for me. You know, that's my personal opinion. This is a show where we let you guys express your opinions. For me, I was just like, yeah, I don't know that everything is as wonderful as you say. You're saying that it is. You know, he's talking about, inflation is the lowest that it's ever been. And I'm like, why come the eggs cost so much?
Right.
I even noticed that there was somebody in the gallery that had a sign that said Black people are not apes. And they were like holding this sign up, you know, and it was just a lot going on. So to me, it made it appear as if, you know, and these are some of the top leaders in our country, right, that are in this gallery. If they're behaving like this is the representation of leadership that we have in our country. So other nations are looking at us like, you know, so it just made me feel some kind of way. I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of crazy.
All right, let me weigh in just a little bit, just a little touch. First and foremost, when we gloat about being the number one country in this nation, that's not what it looked like. You know, because that don't look like number one. That's my first thought. My first thought, number two, normally, even if you disagree with the president, you at least work across the aisle enough to respect his position as our commander in chief. So like you said, Damali, if half the room sitting there looking like they are chewing on lemons, then it's obvious that
not chewing on lemons.
I mean, they look like that, like angry,
right,
like
for
man,
real. But you're right.
I don't even want to be here.
Exactly.
You know, I think it's a bad thing. And bro, you made a good point that nobody got recognized. But can I take it up a level even higher than that?
Yeah, go ahead.
What month is this?
Black History Month.
So it was no acknowledgement of nobody, anybody. It's Black. So that's to me called being out of touch, out of tune. And it's probably intentional. It just seems like somebody in your cabinet would have said, Mr. President, it is Black History Month. You might want to do something. Say some, be some, fake it till you make it. Something.
You're the president for all.
With you being the president of the United States, and this is the month to be recognized at Black History, you need to acknowledge Malcolm, Martin, something, but you had nothing at all to say. So then when you sit up there and be like, oh, these people love me so much. No, they don't. Because if they did love you so much, it would be a reason why, because it would have to come from your action. And sometimes I be thinking when I look, is it just about big business? Is it just about opportunities? Is it just about capitalism? You know, is it, because sometimes you don't know if a person is just an opportunist. He might just be an opportunist. It might not have nothing to do with black, white, green, or yellow. Because at the end of the day, the one thing Trump loves is his money.
And himself, because that's all he kept talking about. I did this, I did that, I did this.
Yeah, so it's like maybe Damali, he's just transactional. Because here's the thing,
Yeah.
When you want to talk
Could be.
about this is the best we've done in 125 years, or our country been here for 250 years, well, here's the problem. Just in case nobody told you, the government was shut down for 42 days.
Mhm.
That's number one.
Hmm.
And we borderline shutting down now.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like you can't pull a Jedi mind trick on people
Yeah.
to be like, talk about how great everything is. We were just shut down, you know, cut people money off, and now we borderline shutting the government down again. So that means we are not doing great.
Mhm.
Things are not in order. Y'all not agreeing on no budgets, and that is just not the case. Now, I think that
And that's leadership. Leadership is how we achieve those things. But
let's
not
go to the
cut you off.
live.
So your brother Donnie says, I'm an industrial worker and the overtime is still taxed. And he said that was Representative James Brown with the sign that says black people are not apes.
Right.
Dr. Tamika says, I watched it and it was insane. Him recognizing the hockey team was a deflection and not the place for it. He lied, and that bill he's trying to pass, he's trying to prevent women from voting. He don't respect us, and I can't respect him or his position. Uncle Brian said, I didn't watch the clown show last night. I watched WWE.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tamika said, good thing you said no cussing on the live.
I knew. I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in
Yo,
my
Shana,
shana.
yes.
I felt it in my shana. I said, Charles, if you don't say it now, it's your fault.
Right. Marquise Dennis said he did get everybody to stand, though, when he said no more insider trading from our senators and representatives in Congress. Mark Harvey said, good morning, family.
What's going on, Fred? My LB, my room dog, my road dog,
Yes.
and
Yes. And so, listen, I try to be respectful because at the end of the day, you have to respect the office. Right.
Yeah.
And so I really do try to be respectful, understanding and knowing that I may not agree with every decision, just like people don't agree with me 100%.
you don't have to agree with
We don't have to agree, but some things I just think are just ridiculous. And for me, I just thought that the whole thing, one, was unpresidential. And number two, I thought that a lot of the issues, to me, there was a lot of fake news within what was being said.
That's a lot right there, Damali.
And just call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? And I think that there are some decisions that are being made out of this administration that do not benefit everybody that they represent. And we just need to call a spade and just let that be known, and and figure out what we need to do to be able to help folks. So some of the things that he did talk about, and this is how it's going to affect us in Oklahoma. And I can only speak about our state, but you guys look this up and see how it's going to affect your state. So when he talked about the economy and jobs, if federal policies continue emphasizing manufacturing and domestic production, Oklahoma could see potential benefits in energy production, aerospace and defense sectors, agricultural exports, and small business expansions. So those things will be good for us if that happens. If energy policy favors domestic drilling and production, Oklahoma could also see growth in potential jobs, stability in oil and gas, continued investment in infrastructure, and possible regulatory changes affecting drilling and production. As far as the federal spending and oversight, if the efforts to reduce federal spending increase oversight, then federal grants to Oklahoma schools, infrastructure funding, and social service programs and healthcare reimbursements are going to be in our future.
I can add this, and it is what it is.
Mhm.
One thing about Oklahoma, if you don't know, you haven't been here. Now, Black Wall Street, we doing what we do. We make things happen. But this is an all red state.
All red.
All red state. Now, we have to be at the bottom of the barrel in education, at the bottom of the barrel in health, and bottom of the barrel in healthcare. We're bottom of the barrel about things that matter to the masses of people. So this is what you got to understand, the Jedi mind trick. So even though some of these good things are happening in Oklahoma, who are they happening for? Because at the end of the day, if we're at the bottom of the barrel in education, you still got like maybe 1 or 2% that are being educated. If your health is in shambles, it's still people that do have health care, So those are, if you still rank number 1 incarcerating women, number 2 incarcerating men in the world, but then so you got to still, when you hear this stuff, you got to be able to decipher what it is and understand what's really going on, Damali. So we saying these good things, but some good things are not good for all people.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm talking about, the capitalism and the things like that go on. So I just want to kind of add that so that you won't be like, Charles and Damali, y'all co-signed all that. But it probably ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
But it's still going on.
Tonille Bent, she's actually an educator here in Tulsa. She said, and actually my youngest daughter's one of her favorite teachers, I will add. But anyway, she said the man with the sign was Representative Al Green of Texas, not James Brown. I think we have to remember that this is not just shout disagreement. This man in the seat of president has, by his words, inspired harm and violence in many forms. So thank you for that, Tonille. We appreciate that. And Dominique said, Tonille Bid, yes, Al Green, sorry. Uncle Brian said, Representative Brown was put out of the chamber for the second time in 2 years for disrupting the State of the Union speech. Listen, I didn't even watch it that long because I was just like, this is crazy. And he said, good job. Mark Harvey said he loves attention. That's his fuel. I have to agree with you on that. Tonille Ben said, I love y'all and I love Sabri. Yes, my baby girl.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. We do have to be aware of what's going on. So for people that did take time like we did, we had to look and see, because we got to report. We can't say we the community wake up and we let the State of the Union go by and we don't at least check it out. And we didn't watch the whole thing, but we watched enough to know what's. I don't have to drink the whole cup of chocolate milk to know it's chocolate.
To know it's chocolate.
You know what I'm talking about? So we got enough to know, like, okay, we see where this thing is going. But nevertheless, y'all continue to be prayerful, because at the end of the day, we community, black, white, green, or yellow. And when it's time to vote this year and it's time to do certain things, just make sure you vote with education and not with emotions and feelings. And don't just go off what you hear, go off what you know. Find ways to get educated, go to town hall meetings, call your local officials, figure out what's going on, because we are going through some critical times where let me say this and I'll move on. If we don't get it right, we're going to go backwards 100 years. Backwards, like literally, like right now. What you see, look at what's going on closely. If we don't get it right in this election, we're going to actually go back in time. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't feel like being a time traveler.
Exactly.
I prefer to go forward.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Forward.
But if you don't get out and do what you need to do, you think you can't return back to slavery. You think you can return back to having nothing. You don't think you can return back to being slave. It's a reason why remove this and remove that and take this out. If somebody start taking everything out of your house, something about that.
And one of the things that he was really proud about is he said, we got rid of DEI. We got it out of here.
Yeah, but you hurt your own people. It hurt all of the.
Yeah.
Well, this is not a political. This is.
Let's move on.
We don't. I got rid of all that, but the question is what you check out. Even when somebody says that, the intent of what he said resonated that way. But when you do your homework, when that did happen, who did it really affect? All I'm gonna say is it didn't affect us.
Research.
Because we didn't have absolutely nothing to do with it. So. Understand the context. So when people say it and then somebody want to get mad about it, don't get mad. Go look at who it really affected and then go vote.
Yeah, go vote. That's the biggest thing you can do.
Leave it at that.
Wanted to give you guys some breaking news. You know that today's show co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, her family has been, and I feel so bad for them, they have been going through it. Her mother, Nancy Guthrie, has been reported missing since February the 1st. Nancy Guthrie is 84 years old.
Right.
And she has been missing for the past 3 weeks. No word about, where she is, who has her, where she might be. And so the family has now offered a $1 million reward for anyone who can help them locate Miss Nancy Guthrie. And in addition to that, in addition to the family's reward, the FBI is now offering $100,000, and the Tucson Crime Stoppers is offering an additional $102,500 for any information leading to her recovery or an arrest. So the Guthrie family has also pledged a $500,000 donation to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, citing solidarity with other families experiencing similar uncertainty. I cannot imagine, what this family is going through. This is the craziest thing I have heard, and I am so sorry that they are going through that. So for one, let us all lift this family up in prayer, because at the end of the day, if this was your loved one, just think about how you would feel you know,
Right.
if your loved one had been missing for 3 weeks.
And what is so do you think the motive? What is the motive?
I don't know that
behind
they
this?
really even know, because no one has said anything. It's like
Right.
they have this
Video that's
video of this guy coming up to the door. They could tell that he had a weapon, and doing this crazy stuff. But there is not. I'm like they don't have anything. So they're trying to figure out where she is and what's going on, and it's just crazy to me. This is like the craziest thing that I've ever heard. But this goes back to say, we need to be protecting our elders and our young.
Right.
So if we are celebrities, this puts me in the mind of Michael Jordan. Remember what happened to his dad?
got
Yeah.
alive.
And so we need to be protecting them and making sure that if we made it, people are going to target our family members.
Right.
And so we need to be making sure that we are protecting them. And I'm 100% sure that Savannah Guthrie never thought that this was, this
In
was a
million
thing.
years.
But I'm just saying maybe this is a wake-up call to us all, because people are always trying to profit and benefit, off of others. So just make sure that you're taking care of your people.
And look out for them. I just think it's it's sad to kidnap somebody's mama. And to
That's
me,
crazy.
it seemed like it's a ransom situation.
Mhm.
I mean, everybody know Savannah has money. She's on TV,
Mhm.
and now you got to have $1 million. But just like a month later,
Mhm.
and for me, Damali, it seemed like it's so many cameras and satellites and all that stuff
Yes.
nowadays. I don't really
Yeah.
understand why they can't really be. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but it just seems like now with so much technology
Mhm.
that somebody shouldn't be able to just come up missing like that, especially when you at least have the point of contact.
Mhm.
You got when he's on the Ring camera, you got some information. It just seems like, and you got to think about this too. If somebody's that's wealthy, this can happen to.
Mhm.
Man, it can happen to anybody. So
Anybody.
just at the end of the day, it's an unfortunate situation. So prayers for her family, and I'm just hopeful, not about the money, that she just get found, because I can
Yes.
only
That's
imagine
terrible.
what she's dealing with right now.
Mhm.
So anyway.
All right,
prayers for the
so
community.
it is 36 past the hour. And so we're going to go ahead and hit our Black History Did You Know fact.
Get the thinking cap on.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see just how much you know. It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
Okay, so as we told you, because in celebration of Black History Month, we're just giving you some Black History facts.
Right.
But as of March 1st, we're going to go back to our trivia the way we used to do it in the days of old,
Right.
on our other show. And you guys are going to have the opportunity to win some merch potentially.
Hey.
Okay, so our Black History Did You Know fact today, centering around healing generations, is this. Did you know that after the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre rebuilt the Greenwood District without government compensation? Yes, that's right. I said without government compensation. Within a few years, Black residents reconstructed homes, reopened businesses, and restored community institutions. They rebuilt churches, they rebuilt schools and economic infrastructure. They turned trauma into determination. This wasn't just about rebuilding property, it was healing generations. Parents who lost everything still prioritized education for their children. Entrepreneurs restarted businesses, and faith leaders provided spiritual and emotional restoration. Even without formal reparations, they preserved culture, ownership, and dignity. The resilience laid the foundation for the future conversations about justice, equity, and restoration that continue in Tulsa today. Healing generations doesn't mean the pain didn't exist. It means the pain didn't define the future. Black history shows us that healing is an active work. It's rebuilding, monitoring, investing, and remembering. And the legacy of Greenwood reminds us that restoration is possible even after devastation. This has been your Black History Did You Know fact right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali.
And we happen to be on Black Wall Street. And with that being said, we're going to take a real quick break, the quickest break known to mankind. But we come back, we're going to get into our small business spotlight. Appreciate y'all all for tuning in. Click, share on that link. We finna spotlight a huge business, and we want y'all to be ready to support. We'll be right back. You're on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali.
Buy local. Build local. Support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams. Local dollars. Local success.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali, and we are back live in studio right here on NYCU.FM. We live locally on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with our Uncle Bobby Eden, who is a generational giant in our community. Also, remember the Juice before we get off. That's our youth program, y'all, where we allow young kids in high school to be part of the media team. So if you want to join us, check out KBOB 89.9 FM. Also, we live on YouTube, the official World One Development news that you can use, but y'all got the best seat in the house. We live in studio with Charles and Damali and Stephen Keys. He producing it. We 40 minutes after the hour. It's 48 degrees in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're having a good time, y'all. We got a lot of people on the live. We appreciate all the love. But Damali, we finna get down to the real deal Holyfield. You ready for it?
Yeah, we're getting ready to talk. So we're going to give you guys an opportunity to engage with us for a little bit. So we actually came up with a little game. This is called Family Feud, the Relationship Edition. But we're talking about healing generations.
There you go.
Okay. So we're staying on topic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a question, and then I'm going to give you some options. And then after, a couple of people have had the opportunity to answer, I'm going to give you what the number one answer is according to the 100 people in community that we asked the question to.
Now, here's the thing. It's going to be rapid fire. So you ain't got time to Google. You ain't got time to do none of that stuff. All the time you got is time to give your answer on the live so we can move to the next one. Yes. If not, the only answer you're going to get is mine. Because I got some answers. Let's go. He sure do.
Okay, so first question. Name something our parents didn't talk about that we're learning to talk about now in relationships. Is it mental health, therapy, financial struggles, childhood trauma, or boundaries?
Give us some music, Mr. Producer.
Yeah.
A little bit of music. We have a little music in there. That'll give people a little bit of time.
To think about it.
To think about it. Read it one more time.
One more time. First question. Name something our parents didn't talk about that we're learning to talk about now in relationships. Is it mental health, therapy, financial struggles, childhood trauma, or boundaries?
And it seemed like they might have talked about none of them. But I'm going to go, I don't know if it's A, B, C, or D or what. But
I'll say, no A, B, C, or D.
I'm going to say mental health. I'm going to say mental health.
What the rest of y'all say? What y'all say?
They thinking about it. They watch it, but they thinking.
They thinking?
They Googling right now. What did our mama say? What did mama say? Mama has said.
Teresa said boundaries.
Okay. She said boundaries. I said mental health.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Dominique said childhood trauma.
Okay.
I forgot there's a little bit of a latency, so yeah.
We get Teresa Elliott, my sister, your sister. Teresa, I didn't know you was on.
Yeah, she came on.
Welcome to the show. Boundaries is what she said. Patricia Griffin and myself both said mental health.
Yeah.
My brother said childhood trauma. Uncle Bobby is watching. He said mental health.
Uncle Bobby said mental health. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and give the answer. The number one answer was mental health and therapy. All right. Come on, Charles.
Well, yeah, Patricia.
Yes,
Y'all better wake up. This one, the community wake up morning show. My mama told me you better shop around. That's what
Yes. Childhood trauma was number 2. So I think Donnie said that.
Oh, that's close.
And studies show that over 60% of adults report that at least one having adverse childhood experience. So yeah, y'all did good. So that was good. Okay, question number 2. Name one thing that causes the most arguments in relationship.
Oh, my
Is it money, communication, in-laws, trust, or social media?
What, we had a fire assignment over there.
I know. One more time. I'm going to say the question. Name one thing that causes the most arguments in relationships. Is it money, communication, in-laws, trust, or social media? What you got, Charles?
Social media.
Social media.
I don't feel good about it, though. I don't feel good
Teresa
about
says money.
Okay. I said
Who else got to answer? Mama said all of it.
Mama, I know, Mama, but we got to go. We going with the top.
Berna says money.
Money.
Teresa says money. Donnie says money. All right, come on, give me 2 more.
Did I say money? What did I say?
No, you said social media. You don't even know what you're talking about. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give the answer because I don't see any more. Oh, Natasha said money. So we got everybody's on the money thing. Okay, money. Everybody say money. Uncle Brian say money.
Read it one more time.
Name one thing that causes the most arguments in a relationship. Is it money, communication, in-laws, trust, or social media?
I'm going with communication.
You going with communication? Okay, so we're scratching social media.
Communication.
Patricia Griffin says money. All right, Willie Barney is now on. Hey, Willie, how are you? We were talking about you a little bit earlier.
We just gave you a shout out, Willie.
We did.
Talking about being intentional.
Yes.
But right now we're talking about relationship, and I'm struggling, Willie. Now, you've been married for a while, so get in here. Look, read your question. Give Willie time to answer it.
Willie,
this is for you.
Okay, this is for you. Name one thing that causes the most arguments in relationships. Is it money, communication, in-laws, trust, or social media? Now, most everybody on here is saying money.
I'm saying communication.
Charles said communication. My mama said all of it. Even though it ain't no entry for that, but I can appreciate that. Okay,
all of
mama.
the above. So,
so Willie, what you got? What you got?
We waiting on you, Willie. What causes the most? Willie was like, "No, I can't get this wrong. I just got on the show. I got to represent Omaha. I got the whole community on my back."
He did say good morning and intentional, so he must have been typing that. We got a little bit of a latency. Willie, what's your answer?
We want to know we want to sell in Omaha, Nebraska. You and your relationship can be most challenging given one of these things.
So we asked 100 people in the community these questions, and these are the answers that they gave. We're going to give you the number one answer, but Willie, we want your answer.
Willie said y'all should set up.
I know the one thing that causes the most arguments in relationship. He said it's got to be money. All right, so that's Willie's answer. He said it's got to be money. The correct answer is money. The Ramsey Solution Survey found that 41% of couples say money is the biggest source of conflict in their relationship.
Well, when ain't nobody got no money, ain't nobody got no peace.
Right.
Because
all right, so question number 3.
Okay.
Name something we're trying to do better than the generation before us.
Oh, I got to get this one right. I'm 1 for 1.
All right.
Okay.
Is it apologizing, expressing emotions, breaking toxic cycles, co-parenting peacefully, or building wealth together?
Oh, you taking me out and I'm on the show. Read that again. Y'all come on the live because you can't even Google. You just got to take a swing for it. What does it say it again?
Okay. Name something we're trying to do better than the generation before us.
Okay.
Is it apologizing, expressing emotions, breaking toxic cycles, co-parenting peacefully, or building wealth together?
I'm between building wealth together and toxic relationships.
Okay. Toxic. Yep.
Toxic.
Breaking toxic cycles. Dominique says breaking toxic cycles.
Bro, it's in the blood. We gonna go down together. We gonna rise together. So I was between
building wealth together. Teresa says
that was my other. Okay. I was between them two. Yeah. I don't know.
So. Uncle Brian says apologizing. Apologizing.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to weigh in?
It's hard to say I'm sorry. It's so hard to say good night to you.
You are
Don't
crazy. Anybody else?
Don't let the Ralph go to sleep with you. That's what Uncle Brian said.
All right,
Apologize.
Going building wealth. Patricia Griffin says building wealth.
They coming in, they take, you know, your fingers, you got to be like, some people drop their phone that fell in the car. Look, let's tell y'all something. If you're driving out here, do not run into somebody trying to answer Damali questions because she counting you down. So you got 10 seconds. 10. What's the question again?
The question again is, name something we're trying to do better than the generation before us.
Number 1.
Natasha said building wealth together. So there's a lot of either building wealth or breaking toxic cycles.
Okay, what's the answer then?
Okay, so the data shows that the number 1 answer is expressing emotions and communication. Research shows that younger generations value emotional availability. But then the number 2 is breaking toxic cycles.
Okay,
so you in there, you
bro. We got to be.
Yeah,
got to be plus.
Gotta be.
Let me get
the last one. This is the last one.
Come on.
Name a sign someone is serious about healing before entering a relationship.
Ooh.
Okay, is it going to therapy, setting boundaries, being financially responsible, admitting past mistakes, or choosing peace over pride?
Read it again. What? Hold on.
Name a sign.
Name a sign?
A sign. So these are the signs. So name a sign that someone is serious about healing before entering into a relationship.
So this is a sign that the person is healed and they're ready for a relationship.
Or they're serious about, yes. They're serious about healing.
They're serious about healing.
Getting into a relationship.
And getting into a relationship. So this is important to understand. Okay,
right.
I'm ready now.
So going to therapy, setting boundaries, being financially responsible, admitting past mistakes, or choosing peace over pride. Dominique says going to therapy. Hey, Lynette. I see Lynette Williams joined. What's up, sis?
What's going on, sis?
Yes.
We missed you.
Juliet Soto joined us.
Juliet, welcome to the show.
Okay, so we're playing a little family feud.
A little family feud.
Yeah. So this is our last question. Name a sign someone is serious about healing before entering a relationship. Is it going to therapy, setting boundaries, being financially responsible, admitting past mistakes, or choosing peace over pride? So what we have is going to therapy. Verna said going to therapy. Teresa said going to therapy. Who else got a question? Oh, Dr. Tamika said she made it to OKC, so she's signing off. She said thanks for rolling with me.
Hey.
You roll with us, so we roll with you.
Yeah. We riding together. I felt the car. Don't be speeding when you come back. You were speeding.
Right.
I seen you.
Uncle Brian said A2, going to therapy. Prentice said therapy. Everybody's saying therapy. So it looks like therapy wins.
We're getting it right.
The number 1 answer is going to therapy.
Going to therapy. It took us a minute. See, that's unity in the community. It took us 3 questions to warm up, but you see how when we stayed together, the only other side of that is we probably all need to go to therapy before we ready. Let's go check out. So go sit on the couch, dim the light, and make sure you're good. So good job, community. We all got it right 100%.
That time,
local, national, and international. Not just in Tulsa, but in all these other cities and all these other countries. We all got it right.
Lynette told me I said D, all the above. Lynette, that wasn't the answer.
That
wasn't the option. I love it. I love it. Okay, so now we're up to our small business spotlight. We have 8 minutes. And we're going to make this happen. Okay, so this morning's Small Business Spotlight is bringing sweetness to Greenwood. Today, we are highlighting Frios Gourmet Pops, located at 105 North Greenwood Avenue, and they're locally owned by Angela Busby Estes. Located at 105, right near the heart of the Greenwood district, Frios Gourmet Pop serves handcrafted frozen treats made with fresh ingredients and bold flavors. From fruity favorites to creamy indulgent options, Frios offers gourmet pops that are perfect for families, community events, and a quick treat while exploring downtown Tulsa. It's a cool treat with a warm community spirit, but Frios is more than just dessert. As a locally owned business operating on Greenwood Avenue, Angela Busby Estes is contributing to the continued revitalization and legacy of this historic district. Supporting businesses in Greenwood means supporting local ownership, economic circulation, community pride, and generational growth. For more information or to book Frios for events, they'll come to you. They got a van.
Yeah.
Call 918-949-9879. Frios Gourmet Pops and Sweet Treats are strong community roots and local excellence right here in Tulsa, the heart of Black Wall Street on Greenwood.
Let me tell you something. Frios is it, y'all.
Yes.
I be seeing kids in line. I break in front of the kids. I be like, Lord, forgive me. I just go to church and ask for forgiveness because I'm telling you, that Frios is delicious. Me and Damali was hosting Christmas on Greenwood.
Yep.
Lights on Greenwood. Lights on Greenwood. Shout out to Tony Mason and Autumn. Lights on Greenwood and Frios is right there.
Yeah.
We up there freezing. She came out. Miss Esther says, I got some for you, baby. I got some for you. She went and got us the best hot chocolate.
Amazing.
That we have ever tasted in our life. But that ice cream. So if you come to Tulsa, Oklahoma, you come to Greenwood, go see Frios. How you spell it? Because people like what?
Frios.
Frios. And like I said,
you remember when we were at when we hosted for the back to school event
they was there
for
as well.
Northside Neighbors.
Right.
Oh man, it was hot
Frios
out there,
is
y'all.
good, y'all. It was hot. Let me tell you something. It's
But
good
that
selection,
ice cream was amazing.
And again, remember, local, national, or internationally, starting next month, our advertisement packages are going out. We will talk about your company, your business, your organization, your not-for-profit, your church. If you're running for office, if you need some advertisement, we got a huge following. Reach out to us. Just go to nycu.fm, scroll to the bottom, fill out that inquiry. We're going to reach out to you, and we're going to have you live on the air, making sure you and your company go from unknown to unforgettable. Shout out to my boy, Big Ken, down in Oklahoma City.
Okay. All right. So community alert. Y'all get your pen and pad out because
time.
It's wind down
We got
time.
5 minutes. So
5 minutes.
don't
Okay.
say you didn't know. Money.
Okay,
Money,
so there's going to be a happy birthday open house of the Fatherhood Hub. Marquise Dennis is going to be 45 years old, and in celebration of his birthday, he's opening up something for the fathers, okay? So February 26th is when that's going to happen.
Tomorrow.
That's tomorrow, Thursday, from 4 o'clock p.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. They're going to be located at 3939 South Harvard Avenue, Suite 235. So go hang out with Marquise for a little bit and see what they got going on over there.
Hey, real quick, my brother said, KB says, thanks so much for the spotlight shout out.
See?
Tell them you're absolutely welcome. It's only for a piece of pound cake. Is what we want when we come
When
to
we
town.
come to town.
Uncle Brian said, great show today. On my way to a doctor's appointment. See you tomorrow. Same
Bat time.
same bat channel. Love you, Uncle Brian. Have a good appointment, man. Prayers for you.
Okay, don't forget that there are scholarship opportunities available with over $770,000 in scholarship for Oklahoma students, open to 9th through 12th graders. They will test your knowledge of Oklahoma history and geography. You can go to OklahomaHOF.com and register by February 27th. Y'all.
48 hours.
Yeah.
You got 2 days now. Now, we've been saying this since we've been on.
Yes.
But now you got 2 days. You got
2
time
days
to still
left.
get it done.
All right. The EduRec Spring Break Camp is now accepting registrations. You can give us a call at 918-430-3947 or go to edurectulsa.com/camps. And you can go ahead and sign your child up. And don't forget, you can sponsor a child, which is $20 a day or $100 for the week. You can sponsor multiple children, or you can sponsor the whole camp. We're only going to have 40 kids this year. Right now, we are at 20 something. So let's make sure you get it in because we don't want you to miss out and it'll be too late.
And if you want to see what we do, just go to edurectulsa.com. Our Facebook is EduRec Tulsa. Our Instagram is EduRec Tulsa. Everything is EduRec Tulsa.
Don't forget, we need you to continue voting for the Black Wall Street Rally at 10best.usatoday.com. The voting ends on March the 2nd at 11:59. So we want to make sure that we are voting for our very own Black Wall Street Rally. Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity is awarding 2 $1,000 scholarships. The application deadline is March 31st, 2026, and you can go to World One Development's Facebook page. The flyer is posted. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority is offering scholarships as well. Go to dsttulsaalumni.org for scholarship applications. The deadline is April the 10th. So make sure you get there. And don't forget, the save the date came out Juneteenth. That's why Charles has on the shirt, is going to happen June 19th weekend. So we looking for the turn up.
Come on, look, if you've never been to Tulsa, you've never been to Greenwood, Juneteenth is a perfect opportunity to explore the culture, the music, the food, the legacy, and all that good stuff. So we're going to run it back. So
Yes,
y'all come on down.
We're going to have a good time. All right, so we have come to the end of our show. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about leadership and responsibility.
Leadership.
And we kind of laced that in a little bit this week, but we're going to talk about it a little bit more.
The question is, what is your responsibility of leadership at home, at school, at play, at the church? We're going to get into that tomorrow. I can't wait.
Absolutely. So if you would like to advertise your events or business on our show, you can go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry, and somebody will get back in contact with you. And we're going to say this, our famous saying at the end of the show: the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to him and me and our guest, and not necessarily to this station, affiliate, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM and KBOB 89.9 FM.
Just like that. Great job today, Damali.
Yes,
appreciate you.
Great
Appreciate
job.
everybody on the live. And again, right before you get off, Uncle Brian, any of y'all, click that little arrow, hit the share link, because this is live, so they can go back and listen anytime. Another great show. Can't wait until tomorrow for Thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday. Maybe post your throwback picture. Don't go too far back.
Ooh,
Don't come on. Yeah, go back to when your
No,
edge was there. I'm still working on mine. But anyway, we have to go, y'all. This has been the Community Wake Up with one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we'll see you tomorrow from 7 to 9 a.m. right here. Same place, same time.
Yes.
Thank you.